Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ricky from the Smalls RV Adventures, and if you're new here, I'm Ricky. We have 6 kids, and we travel around all of the United States inside of this motorhome. One of my kids is up in Binghamton. He's in college. We're gonna show you that later on after this road trip series is finished. And again, we're coming to you in the future to bring you some sponsored videos. Like I have a lot of products that came to us during our road trip, and I have to break up some of the road trip just to get these little videos out so that you guys can see it. It doesn't take away from the gift of, showing RV life, because those of us that are not full time, like myself and my family, we do come back home and we run into some issues. And one of the issues that we run into is we have a huge beehive that came during the few months that we were gone. So when I came back, one of the neighbors pointed that out to me, and I was able to knock it down with the water hose. They recommend you don't do it because that can get the wasps angry, but I stay far back with a water hose and knock the hive down. Now the issue that I was having with the water hose is that it's very far from my water spigot, so I had to use a pump to do it. And hey, we have a sponsor that sent us a water pump, so why not show this water pump and the system that I already have? So I'm just going to detach the pump that I have and show you guys the new pump. And that's the sponsor of today's video. This is the Crest Wave water pump. It's a Empower water with efficiency. It has a wall outlet attached to this pump. Hey, I work with anything that I get sent or anything that I can use, whether it's 12 volt where it hooks up to a battery, or you can just plug it in. I work with everything. I don't mind. So this is the pump that they sent to me. This is the box. So let's see what's inside of the box. I'm going to go over this really fast. So please forgive me if I'm moving too fast for you. But and the box is nicely packed. You have your water pump itself. Oh, it's a heavy duty pump here. So I'm going to use a big inverter to get it out. It's nicely packaged too. You see, I'm having a little problems getting it out of the box. But here's your pump. It's a nice little hefty pump here. It's bigger than the one that I've been using. 110 volt diaphragm pump. Here it is here. Uses 1 amp. Max amps 2.40. So that's not bad. And it comes with your standard half inch connectors, which is pretty cool. It attached right to the system that I already have. But this is the things here. So now I'm going to show you how exactly I'm going to hook it up to my system. So if you're following me, this should be a very easy swap, because I'm looking at the connectors. It's the same connectors that I already have for this pump, my 12 volt pump. So I'm just going to switch out the lines and put them on these lines, and let's see if it works. Hopefully it works, because everything is the same. If not, I'll just connect the parts that came with it and hook up, just disconnect the hoses. But it looks like I can just use it the same way. So these parts are interchangeable, which is pretty cool. So basically, see, what I did was I took off the inlet coming from my water source, and I took off my outlet, which is coming from just going to wherever I want to shoot the water to. So remember, the measurement for this piece is a ½ inch, the outer diameter. So you can't use the ½ inch PEX pipe. You're gonna get like something. I believe the flex tubing, the PEX tubing A, that has the flex that can go over it, and then we just clamp it down. And on the other side is the same thing. I did have like a minimizer to get the PEX tubing in, like the PEX A to the PEX B, and I put like a normal outlet for like a garden hose on this side, and I tighten it up with the crimp. So it's not too hard to do. Just have to have a power source now, because this thing comes with the 12, not 12 volt, but the regular wall outlets. But I'm going to plug it into this inverter, so I got to get a battery. This is how the setup is going to look. So here's the Crest Wave pump, and then here's my power outlet, and here's my power source. I'm going to plug it into this inverter. And sometimes they give you the hardest time plugging things in for the first time. Now, I'm not going to hook up the power yet, because remember, there's no switch. if you want to switch, you got to hook a switch up to this. Right now, we're going to be using the inverter as a switch. So as soon as I cut the power on, it's going to start pumping the water. I have to show you guys that how I'm hooking up the hose. So we have like the outer portion of the hose here that's going to hook up to this part right here. And this is all DIY. Let me tell you, all DIY for this thing here. This is if you don't have a power source close to where you need your spigot. And where I'm going to pump the water from, that's where I'm going to show you. I have my water hose here that I'm going to put on to the other side. So that connects to this over here. And of course, when I turn the water on, I'm not going to be next to the power here. So now let me show you where I'm going to get the water from. So to pump this water, this is what I'm using here. This one is nearly full. Yes, this is nearly full. So I'm going to use the one that is full. And what I like to do is, like, sometimes it's self-priming the pumps, but sometimes I like to get a little bit of water inside of this little hose here. And although the pump is self-priming and I'm using some of the tools that I had already, I like to get it started off by just getting this water all the way down so that it can feed inside of that pump, so that it can fill the water in there. And then I'll stick the other bit inside of there so that the water is being fed now. So now it's almost time to cut on the pump. So you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to try to zoom in. And right there, you can see the spot where they had the nest, and they're trying to rebuild it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it down. And so every couple of days, I know at the end of September, they usually go away. So I got to keep spraying it every couple of days so they don't build it back. Here's my hose way away from the power source. Now let's see if we can prime this pump. We just cut this on. And now it's pumping water through. You'll feel it pumping it to get it stick. I felt it go. Now it should be primed and waiting for it to go ahead. That power didn't work. Maybe this is because it's inverted power inverter. It's a modified inverter. It's not a pure sine wave. So let me try it with the pure sine wave. So that's another mic that bit the dust. So, all right, so here we go. Here's my plug. Here's my little pure sine wave inverter. You hold that to turn it on, and you get the on button. The inverter is back there. It's like a 4,000 watt. It's very huge. Once the pump is on, you can hear it pumping through. So now let's knock that nest off. Here's my water source. So this is what I do to get it off. Just hit it up just like that. And you see the wasp flying out. Whew. I stay far away from it though, but I'm gonna come back to you after I knock this off. Down the part of the nest, and I put some Clorox up there. Let's see if that does the work. I don't know if it does. If not, I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's and get some treatment for it, but it looks like they're coming back. So let me do a zoom up. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like they're forming another area. They're not going to the area where I hit with the Clorox to stay in the way, but now they're going to another area. So hey guys, get ready to laugh your butts off. Let me tell you, I'm trying to get this wasp net off, and I'm having so much trouble. So you're gonna see me using the hose, water, everything to get the nest off. And I have my Clorox mixture here, and it's so funny because as I'm trying this and I'm looking back at it doing this voiceover, it's making me laugh because I know what's happening. But this thing is so hard to do. It's like you don't want to get stung, and I don't even know what type of wasp these are. I don't know if they're yellow jackets or if they're like those black ones. When I first knocked this nest down, it looked like they were black, but today they look like they have some yellow on them, so they could be yellow jackets. And I noticed that they're not coming after me. I'm a little cautious and everything, that's why I'm staying far back, but they're not coming after me. the water doesn't seem to affect them that much, because it's like I'm hitting them, they're flying out of the water. I'm hitting them with the water and they're flying out of it. Only if they're in direct contact with the water is when you see them dying and falling to the floor. But the regular water is hitting them and they're just flying away from it. Now I'm throwing this Clorox mixture up there. They're staying away from it. I'm guessing the scent they don't like. I know that they don't like lavender and peppermint scents. So I may get some of that and soak it in water and throw that up there next time too. But the bleach scent they don't like. I noticed that they're not going back to where that bleach scent is. So I'm gonna just keep trying this over and over again. And one time I actually dropped the thing, and they looked like they were gonna come after me, and I started running, but they didn't come after me. But this is me just hitting. I don't know if this is going to make the situation worse, where they're going to come back because they're like, okay, we're not going to go there. We're going to go to another part. I read that they just go away. They don't usually make nests in the same area. They'll go somewhere else, like away from this area, but they just keep going side by side to where I'm not hitting with this mixture here. So that makes it a little like weird for me, because I'm like, what do I do next? What do I do? You know, I keep hitting them and I don't know why they're not dying. So I'm just trying to get everything started. When you have like a bee nest, if it's small, you can knock it down with something, but if it's big, they recommend calling an exterminator. So this was just my way of getting rid of the nest. So you guys, if you don't feel comfortable, call an exterminator. This is just my way that I did it. I don't recommend it, but I'm not calling an exterminator because we're not gonna be here for a while. So they're just gonna come back. So what I did is I sprayed it down for a couple of days. I read that they will not form the same nest in the same area, but they keep coming back to the same area. So I was like, okay, let me get something that's like almost like a pesticide to see if it would keep the nest away. So I sprayed pesticide a couple of days ago, but they came back. So now I put Clorox in the space where they had the big wasp nest, and I saw, okay, they're not coming back to that spot with the Clorox on it. So then they went to another spot right next to it. So I was like, all right, let me get some more of the water, and then I sprayed it on that next spot, and they stayed away from there. They're not coming back after that, but they are going to build another nest somewhere. So I just have to keep looking around to see where they're going to try to attempt to build the nest, and I just keep knocking it down so they realize, okay, somebody's here. We can't build a nest in this area. Let's go to another area. But all around the house, you can see, like if you look at the, what do you call it, the decking or the roof, there's a little space over the roof that overhangs so the water can get on the sidings, I guess. That's where they like to hang their nests, and you'll see them all around the remnants around the house. So we just have to keep doing it as long as they come. And this is the setup we use with the Crest Wave. Here's the inlets, one here, one here. This is the water coming in from our source. This is our source down here. The water's coming in, going into the pump. And again, this is a 1/2 inch, the outer diameter. So you're gonna have to get something that's a little bit bigger than a 1/2 inch. So I use this little flex tubing here and with a crimp. And then this is the filter that comes on, and everything connects to each other. It's like little screw pieces. And here's the outlet. Again, it's a screw piece, and this outer diameter of this is 1/2 inch. So you're gonna have to get something a little bit bigger, like PEX A 1/2 inch that is flexible, and then you can crimp it on. And I have that connected to the water hose. So here's the Crest Wave again. And it is compatible, like these parts, they are compatible with other pumps that you have. So let's say you have a 12-volt pump that went out and you need to replace it, and you get that Crest Wave. These things are the same diameter as these ones, so they're interchangeable. And just to prove it to you, here are the pieces that the Crest Wave came with. I'm using the ones from the other pump that were interchangeable, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna zoom in again on the side of the house. I still see bees flying around, but they're nowhere near where those nests were. So I'm guessing when that dries, hopefully that smell stays there. It's just a bleach smell and they stay away, but let's hope it stays that way. They're looking for the nest now. They're not too smart. They know where the original nest was. They know it's in the area, so they're looking for it again. This is my way of getting rid of the nest. Worked pretty good. And I was gonna do it without showing you guys a video of it, but hey, why not show you guys a video of what we have to deal with, like us people that are not full-time, but when you do go away for a long period of time and you come back, you're gonna have like these nests if you live in a wooded area. Again, this is a video from the future that I'm gonna put in the present, that I'm breaking up that cross-country road trip just so that I can get these videos in with these sponsored products, because I do have to get them out. You know, a lot of the sponsors are calling like, hey, where's the video? They don't realize that we were away for 3 months and they were sending the products, but some of them came late, so we weren't able to do the videos while we were here and while we were away on our road trip. But we're back. Right now we're still in Colorado for the next couple of days, and then we're gonna venture off to our next trip, which will be Arizona. So if you stayed to this part of the video, you'll know where the next trip that we're going. There's a couple of more videos for Colorado, but I'm gonna keep jumping in from the future, any place that we are, to bring you guys these sponsored videos so you can see exactly what's going on in the future and everything like that. Keep you guys up to date of this nesting problem that we're having, and some of the future videos that we're going to be doing that's going to be after the road trip. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you stayed along this long, please consider subscribing. We do trips all year round, all around the country. This is just a impromptu video going over some of the sponsored products. So come back, come join us, see what we're about. I'm going to leave you guys with a look at this Crest Wave pump. Very, very good. And it plugs right into your wall outlet. So if you have a generator, it plugs right into your generator, get an extension cord, and you just pump your water any way you need it. Here's another picture of the Crest Wave pump. Never leave home without your bleach. You never know when it's gonna come in handy. But of course, I got to leave you with the Crest Wave pump. See you later, everybody. Thanks for watching.